minutes late, but that's how some mornings go, right? So, today is another week. We're going to talk about another topic. I'm going to answer your questions. Today I wanted to talk about the topic of hate. And not hate turned outward, but hate turned inward. Have you ever heard the saying that hate turned outward is anger and hate turned inward is depression? Hey, Jillian. So I think that's an important distinction to make. We can be loathing others and be unpleasant to be around. Hey, Nicola. Hey, Eli. But we could be hating ourselves. We're still unpleasant to be around because we're depressed, right? Hey, Lucas. So, have you guys ever experienced self-hatred? Hey, Ziggy. Good morning. I'm doing great. Hey, Derek. Sonic fan. You're awake. Yay. You know, the earlier you get to bed, the easier it is to wake up. It sounds obvious, but a lot of us like to stay up way too late. Hey, Dusty. Good morning. Hi, Karen. A lot of us like to stay up way too late. We get zoned out watching a movie or just scrolling through social media on our phone. Thank you, Nicola. And we don't get to bed at a decent hour. And, all the studies have shown that the best sleep you can get is, hey, is it Keferi? The best sleep you can get is like the sleep you get from like before midnight. I read somewhere once, I don't know how true it is, hey Emilio, that the sleep you get before midnight counts double. So if you can get to sleep at 10 p.m., from 10 to 12, that's like getting 4 hours instead of 2 hours. Hey Elena, I don't know how true that is, but just in case, I noticed the sooner I get to bed, the more rested and better I feel in the morning, the easier it is. I do not like to get up with an alarm clock. Do you guys like to get up with an alarm clock? I feel like it's so disruptive and like it can wake you up when you're like in the wrong sleep cycle and it doesn't feel natural. So I try to avoid alarm clocks whenever possible. However, next week I have a 5 a.m. flight. So I'm going to have to get up at 2 a.m. at least. Maybe 1:30 a.m. Maybe 1:30 a.m. so that I can leave my house by 2:30 a.m. Hey, Terry. Pick up someone I'm traveling with and go get to the airport by, I don't know, 4 or, no, I probably should get there by 3:30 or 3 o'clock. Anyway, so, hi, is it Vilske? Vilske, nice to meet you. I don't think I've seen your name on here before. So I want to talk about if you guys have ever experienced self-hatred. And of course, we'll get to your questions too. Let's see. Emilia says, I couldn't wake up with an alarm clock and my mom decided she placed a piece of ice on my neck and I still didn't wake up. Oh my goodness. Hey, Jessie. You love getting up with an alarm? Ugh, to attack the day. I'm okay with attacking the day. It just like has to happen on my own terms. But I typically wake up between 5 and 6 every day to get some writing done before the rest of the house is awake. Hey, Jarrell. Hey, Terry. Good morning, Blake. Thank you for the virtual hugs. So, I don't know if you guys have read this book, but you can download it for free by going to poeticprescriptions.com/free book. And what I'm going to read from here today is the only poem in the book that I actually wrote in high school. Hey Malik, good morning. I'm not a big fan of my writing from high school because I've gotten so much better and grown as an artist and a poet and writer, right? But I wanted to show the evolution. Poeticprescriptions.com, but then you have to put the /, I guess it looks like this on your camera, / free book. So Angela put up the website where you'll see the 3 books I have out. Hey Liam 324, but then you have to put / free book. Nicola, no, this is not a grape smoothie, but that's a good guess. Kind of looks like dragon fruit too, but this is purple cabbage, apples, and ginger. It's a good combo. So, in this book I have, it's divided by 3 chapters. Hey Amber, long time no see. And I have the before, which is the section I'll be reading from today, the plateau, and then the after. So you guys know there's like, when you do makeovers, you have a before and after. Exactly, and follow the link Angela put up, but there's no space between free and book. So just squish it all together, and that's the right, webpage, so you can download this for free. Okay, so before and after, what was your life like? Hey, Switch Plays, before God or after God? What was your life like before you had self-esteem and after you had self-esteem? Hey, Hassan, what was your life like before you knew your worthiness and then after you knew your worthiness? So before I knew how God felt about me and was able to change how I felt about myself. Nicola, you have to put the free book together. So there should not be a space. Maybe that's why it's not working, if you just copied and pasted it. So I wrote this poem called Hate in high school. Switchplay says, I always had self-esteem, but during lockdown, I was kind of stressed out. I think a lot of people had stuff going on during lockdown. It really forced you to look into yourself, to be by yourself, for me, it helped me figure out what was important to me. When we're not allowed to leave your house and you're not allowed to do your typical things and you're not allowed to hang out with the people you hang out with, you're not allowed to go to parties. I mean, for me, before COVID, I was gone like almost every day of the week and almost every night of the week, which my husband did not like. But I was either in rehearsals every night, or I was going to networking parties. I was gone. I was just gone, trying to get this acting career going, trying to do all these things that I wanted to do. And when I had that time to just be by myself and think, you said you got over your stress and free time, you worked on your games and do everything your heart desires. Exactly. I realized a lot of things I was spending my time on, I didn't really care about. It was things that other people kind of pressured me into, you know, that peer pressure. Peer pressure of trying to live up to what other people wanted me to do. Like Blake's headed to church. Lucas, thank you for the compliment on my earrings. So, you know, you share your goals, which is great, sharing your goals with people you trust, mentors and things like that. But when you do that, sometimes people who really love you and want to help you, they will have all of these suggestions for you. They will want you to do things that they think is going to help you, but it may not help you, or it may have helped other people and it may be a great action plan for them, but it may not be the path that God wants you on. So you could get pressured into doing things that look and seem good. Like, for instance, right before lockdown, I was producing a wrestling show. Yeah. So at least 3 nights a week, I was at the wrestling ring. I was being trained to become like a WWF pro wrestler. I have a scene in Magic Hour, if you have not seen that movie, where I do you'll see you'll see a little bit of wrestling moves. Hey Haley, thank you for the compliment on my necklace. And yeah, it was fun, learning how to pick up women and body slam them, and showing your, I know, you guys are like, what? Catherine, you were wrestling? Yes, I was. And it was the second wrestling show. Second wrestling show I've been on. So, did I post? I think you guys need to check this channel. I think I posted Femme to Action. I think I posted like the 20-minute pilot of the first wrestling show I was on like 8 years ago. Anyway, I'm doing it because it's a show that, I would get say as a producer, I would get to decide my character, and as an actress, a lot of times you're helpless. You're offered whatever role you're offered, and it may not be something you like. It may not be in your wheelhouse. This has a purpose, and this does relate to you guys, because you are the master of your destiny, right? You are the captain of your ship. So when actresses are constantly offered roles they don't like, they don't feel good about, they don't want to do, it kind of makes you want to start to create your own material, create your own way, make your own path to have that, that career that you want to have. And Jarrell said that was years ago. I haven't been W since 2002. Okay, he was doing some wrestling stuff. Okay, so you get to decide what you want to do with your life, but here's the thing. People will decide for you. Animation IG, hi. And so I had this director that I had been wanting to work with. He made a lot of movies in the 70s that were really cool. He was married to a very famous movie star back in the day. And I did want to work with him. Hey, Raneem. But he was kind of wanting to put me in this category that I didn't want to do. So he wanted me to be on this wrestling show. It was fine 8 years ago. I was a little younger. But this last time around, it was really hard for me. I don't think it was necessarily my age, but I had just had Eli, and I had a C-section. For those of you who don't know what that is, they slice your belly open. They pull your organs out of your body to get to I guess it's the womb, to get the baby out, and then they pack the organs back in your body and sew you up. It's not pleasant, and it takes a long time to recover from. They tell you it's like 8 weeks, but I think it was like 8 months, and Nicola said her mom was C-sectioned. Yeah. I think I'm still not recovered. Like, I still don't have, I used to be able to do back bends and back walkovers and back flips, and my stomach does not bend that way anymore. So I'm telling the director, I was like, you know what? I'll help produce the show, but I don't really want to be on it because, yeah, just physically I wasn't there. I got some footage of me. I'm still very hefty from having the baby, and I just didn't have my stamina back. What is my point? My point is I got pressured into doing this, And when COVID came, it was like this big sigh of relief, because I didn't have to go anywhere. I didn't have to please anybody. I didn't have to do this or do that. I had a really good excuse. Sometimes people would still, hey, let's do this. And I'd be like, sorry, the lockdown, I have to protect my family. That was a great excuse for a long time. And I was able to use that time, like one of you guys said, to do things that matter to me, to get clear on like, what was I running around every night for? All these networking parties trying to like meet the right people who might give me an opportunity and a chance to do something for my career. This, all this trying so hard. And because when you're like in God's perfect will and in His grace, you don't have to try so hard. You know what? There's a grace. There's an ease. Hey, got games on your phone. Hey, Fumo News. There's a grace. There's like a peace. It doesn't mean there's not attacks coming against you. It doesn't mean that everything is super easy and all the doors just open for you. Hey, Zebo. It means like, I don't know, it's like a covering, right? It's like you're walking along in life and you're getting pelted. You're getting pelted by rain, by hail, by storms. You're getting electrocuted. But then you invite God in, and there's this grace. There's this covering. There's like this umbrella as you walk through life. It's not that it's not still raining. It's not that it's not still hailing. And if you put your hand out or do something, you'll still get pelted. But it's keeping in that covering. It's keeping under that covering. It's keeping under the shadow of his grace. The Old Testament likens it to, it says he wants to protect us under the shadow of his wing, right? Like he's a mama bird. God is like this mama bird wanting to protect her baby birds. And man, when you commit everything in your life to God, you say, this is my goals, this is my dreams, this is all the stuff I want to have happen. Hey, Student Life in Sweden, yes, I'm shooting a Dhar Mann video Thursday? No, I shot one Thursday. Next week, I'm going to be in Texas for a conference. But I did shoot one on Thursday. And I might be shooting one the day after I get back from Texas. Still waiting to hear on that. So I'm talking about a grace and a covering. So, people talk about what's your 5-year plan? What's your 10-year plan? And I did that kind of thing for a while. Thank you, Elena, for the gift, where I'm like, had all these plans and this action plan. And, by this time in my career, I want to be a series regular on a show. By this time, I want to be in a $10 million plus picture that gets to the big screen, or I want to be starring with it. You make all these plans because it sounds good, and it sounds like, oh, I want to be this #1 in record album sales, or I want to have my art pieces displayed in a gallery. And you guys are busy making plans for whatever your goal is, right? You want to have a basketball career, develop an app. What is it that you want to do? So God downloads stuff in us. He's like puts this stuff in us and says, you have this desire, this hunger, this passion. You want to study it. You want to learn about it. Are you a fashion person? You always like go to the thrift stores and pick out different things, and then you cut them up and sew them together and make unique pieces. Whatever it is, society like has this this way of like saying, this is the path. Follow this path and you'll be successful. And I guess, that's fine and good, and it does work for some people, but we're all unique, and God has a different plan for each and every one of us. And our path to success isn't going to look like anybody else's path to success, because God has a unique way for us to go that's going to be unlike any other person. So I remember when I was early in acting classes, and my acting teacher, there was this like steakhouse right across from Warner Brothers Studios. And that's where like the movie people and executives and TV people would go hang out after work, go have drinks, have dinner, whatever. So he would send us there.
This is verse of the day.
Oh, hi Timmy. You want to share a verse of the day?
Let me think for a minute.
Let me give you one.
God's argument is built of love, power, and a sound mind.
So what does that mean to you, Timothy? That's from 2 Timothy 1:7. What does that verse mean to you?
It means do not be afraid.
Do not be afraid?
God is always with you.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you are playing a whole game, you still are not scared. For example, these are the whole games on that scale. Hello Neighbor, Bendy, Boneless, and that's pretty much it.
So you're saying if God has not given you a spirit of fear, but of love, power, and a sound mind, then when you're in scary situations, you won't be scared?
Mm-hmm.
Also, the sound mind allows you to think clearly in situations where you'd normally be stressed and freaking out and not know what to do.
Yep.
Anything else?
That's it.
Okay.
That was. Wait, what? That was verse of the day.
Okay. Close the door when you leave.
Bye. If you like verse of the day, I'm following your move. Mommy suggested it to me, by the way.
Well, I didn't suggest you do a verse of the day. I suggested you maybe share what God's put on your heart. But God could put a scripture on your heart. But then I thought you would come in prepared with one and I wouldn't have to whisper one in your ear.
I know. I'll check the bed next time.
Okay.
Yeah. Also, no more commercials now.
Okay.
Yeah, so sorry, guys.
Well, you could, still surprise us sometime. Okay.
Alright, bye, y'all.
All right. So, Joe, you'll have to go back and you'll have to watch the first 20 minutes because we've gone some places. So I can't catch you all up right now, but we are talking about how your dreams, how they play out, are going to be different than what you imagined. So I went to this restaurant where all the people who could hire me would hang out, and I sat there like feeling like an idiot, like, I don't even drink. I'm sitting at the bar trying to get discovered, nursing my, I don't know what I had, a club soda, water, I don't know. Trying to look like I'm this like Hollywood ingenue, starlet, waiting for somebody just to come up. The ways of the world are not God's ways. Let me just tell you that. I couldn't sit at the table at the steakhouse because then they'd want me to order, and I didn't have it in my budget to order food from an expensive steakhouse. Hey, Anwisha. But these are the things the people of the world will tell you to do because so-and-so got discovered eating at this restaurant. So-and-so, if you just do, and everyone has these ideas of what you need to do to be successful. You guys can probably relate. Who in your life has said, oh, that's what you want to do? Well, then you need to go do this, 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 and this. And I've had wonderful, caring mentors in my life that give me this action plan. This is what you need to do. If you do this, you go to these networking parties, you meet these producers, you go to these events, they tell you things like, you research the shows that you want to be on, you find out who casts them, you send those casting directors postcards. That's great, and that works for some people. But for me, doing that kind of stuff felt phony and fake. Trying to jump through hoops and be a people pleaser and look at me, aren't I great? Don't you want to let me audition for your show? And there's going to be things people tell you to do. If it doesn't resonate with you, if you get this feeling like, ooh, this feels kind of yucky, this doesn't feel right. Now, this should not be confused with advice you get that sounds scary or makes you feel like you have to come out of your comfort zone. Thank you for the generous gift, Lizzie. You're so sweet. So people are going to want you to do things. So know if it feels right, if it's like the right thing for God, that God wants you to do, you're going to feel a little excited about it. Even if you feel a little scared about it, there's still going to be oh my gosh, what if that worked? What if, and you start thinking of scenarios well, this could happen, maybe this could happen. What if, and you get a little bit, there still might be that butterfly, that little bit of scared, that flutter, not of unsurety. There still might be some of that, and that's okay. But when it's something God wants you to do, if you guys have, hey Julian, if you guys have asked God into your heart and He lives inside you and He's helping direct your life, then that Spirit of God within you will bear witness with your spirit. You know what I mean by bear witness? It'll confirm. It'll put a little spark in you. It'll be like, that's it. And the funny thing is, sometimes that has been told to you multiple times, but you weren't ready. You weren't at a place where you're ready to receive it. You guys have heard that saying, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. So I paid a lot of money many years ago to go to like this mastermind with all these big people who were making a difference in the thought leader industry, the motivational speaking industry, books, courses, that kind of stuff I wanted to get into. But that was like drinking out of a fire hose. I didn't understand it. I wasn't ready for it. It was too much. I felt like I wasted so much money, and it wasn't really even worth it because I wasn't yet ready at that level to do what they were talking about. So it couldn't help my career because I hadn't even started taking the baby steps yet. Does that make sense? Derek says, how can I get more opportunities to do photography work on movie sets like the one you let me work on? More opportunities to work on movie sets. Well, make friends with people who are making movies and tell them your desire to be on those sets. Also, there's look on Craigslist for people who are making movies. Where else do people post stuff about movies? I would just make friends with people who are making movies. Do you go to church? If you go to church, I know you live in LA, so if you go to church, pretty much anywhere in LA, you're going to meet filmmakers. Let them know your desires and just keep speaking about it. Okay, so, and I will get to your guys' questions. So you're going to have people want to pour into you. So there's times, this is so funny, my husband doesn't think so, but there'll be times where like I'll go to an event and I'll speak with someone and they give me this one nugget and I'm like, oh, yes, oh my gosh, I have to do that. Oh, that's going to change everything. And I come home and I'm so excited and I tell my husband, this person said, and if I do this and da-da-da-da, and he looks at me like, I've been telling you that for years. And now you're going to listen to some random stranger tell you that? But the student wasn't ready. And sometimes, you guys will learn about this in level 2, my advanced You Are Worthy course. It depends on the teacher, right? Not everybody is meant for you to learn from. You can't accept wisdom and knowledge from everybody, right? That's why, if you have an idea for a book, an app, a song, a painting, whatever, sometimes the devil wants to tell you, don't do that. That's not a good idea. There's already 10 books on that topic. We don't need another one. But we do, because it could be the same topic, but not everyone's going to say it the way you say it. Not everyone is going to have your backstory, your life scenario, what's happened to you. Not everybody has the passion that you have. Not everybody can hear from certain types of people. You know what? Shantae was just telling me the other day about this preacher that she's like preaching the word of God, and she's very street. She's very like hood. She very cusses in her stuff. She had like this tumultuous upbringing, and I think she was like a stripper and had a baby as a teenager, or I don't know all the stories. Her name is Stormy somebody. Maybe you guys have heard of her. She's got this life that she led. She came out of the tragic circumstances. I think she was kicked out of the house at 14 or 15. I don't remember all the details. But she is going to reach a segment of people that I can't reach. Right? There's going to be people who have been on the streets, who've been homeless, who've been in career or lifestyle things that I have not experienced. And they're going to look at me and say, What can I learn from her? She's not been through anything. I've not been addicted to drugs. I've not had a needle in my arm. I've not had to sell my body for money. Whatever it is, there's people that aren't going to relate to me. So Stormy and I could have a similar message on worthiness where, people are going to gravitate towards me or they're going to gravitate towards her depending where they are. So whatever you guys have, whatever your gifts, your talents, your skills, whatever things God has put in your heart, even if 500 other people are doing that same thing, it's not the same thing because there's only one you. You are unique. You are a unique creation made by God's design on purpose for a purpose. No one can do what you can do like you can do it. And I'm finally at a place where I recognize no one can do what I do like I do it the way I do it, right? So your uniqueness is something to be embraced, not something to run away from. But that's not where I started. Back to the topic for today. Here's where I started. And this is why I'm so passionate about you guys learning your worth and building your self-esteem, because this is where I started. Angela, thank you so much for the generous gift. All right, this is called hate. Hate. Hate is all I see. Each mirror in the world hates me. H is for the headache I gave to everyone. Language warning. A is for the gigantic ass I make of me when done. T is for the trouble I've done put people through. E is for each little thing that's bad that I've done too. No multitude of words that are encouraging will change the fact that this face could use a plastic surgeon. See, I couldn't even look in the mirror, guys. I thought I was hideous, ugly, disgusting, fat. I thought no one would want to be my friend. I thought I needed to fix all this stuff. I thought, man, if I just look different, then maybe I would be worthy. And the good news is God got a hold of me before I did anything to my face. So I did not go through, what the book cover shows, but there was that pressure. There was that pressure to do that. And maybe you guys can relate to this next part. I'm good at hiding me. For that'd be when I'm at my best. Just ask me how I feel. I'll tell you well and pass the test. How many of you guys are hiding who you really are? People are asking you how you feel and you're like, I'm fine, everything's great, even though you feel like you're dying inside. H is for the heavy load that I am called to carry. A is for anxiety that I alone must bury. T is for the tedious time I've spent alone, unknown. E is for excruciating. Brittany wrote, that's why God did not make me rich so I wouldn't touch my face. The cage I'm left in when bound at home. Brittany, you just reminded me of a meme I saw the other day. And it was like this girl who's clearly had all this work done and looks just, how the people look that have all this work done. And it said, oh, honey, you're not ugly. You're just poor. In other words, if you're rich, you can chop up your face and your body and contour and make it be whatever it is. But this is me in high school and in my 20s and in some of my 30s. And I was stuck and I was bound and I was in this cage and I felt alone and unknown. I could be in a room full of people and still felt like not a single person relates to me. I could be in a room full of people and still feel alone. Can anybody relate to that? Can anyone proceed to look at me and hold their laugh? I'm let down by each shrink they've made me speak to on the staff. Thank you, Sam. I hide behind facades. All right, how many of you guys have masks you put up? You hide behind facades, my makeup, coiffed hair, and my clothes. But when I write, I leak, releasing what nobody knows. Man, if you guys to see me all put together, if you could read some of my journals and see where I'm really at. Woof! Man, H is for the harshest harm that I've inflicted onto me. A is for the attitude that I've displayed for all to see. When I didn't like myself, I was not a nice person. I was like, attitude, mean, you know. Nobody wanted to be around me. I didn't want to be around me. T is for tremendous tons. I tipped the scales with all this weight. I just thought I was humongous. I look back at those photos now of when I thought I was humongous, and I'm like, ooh, I wish I looked like that now. But back then when I had it all, I couldn't even see it. I wasted my life hating myself. E is for the eyesore, my faulty face that seals my fate. Hate, hate is all I see. I hate you because I first hate me. So that was me before the Lord showed me my worth. That was me before I knew my value. And that's why I'm so passionate about you guys getting to know how amazing and awesome that you are. Nicola, thank you for the gift. Derek, do you still have photography studio in your house? Can I come take a picture with you? I don't have the photography studio set up right now. The only thing I have set up is a green screen. So you would have to know how to do green screen work. All the other backdrops I don't have up right now. I know you were over when we had that gray backdrop studio in the garage when we shot a couple of my book covers. I don't have that up anymore. Just the green screen that I recorded my You Are Worthy course on. Okay, guys. I don't know if that's helpful for you. Hopefully it was. I'm ready for your questions. I'm preparing to go to Texas on Wednesday for a Christian conference. Today, oh guys, today I'm going. Zebo said it was helpful. Thank you, Elena. Jarrell, do you watch your own videos? I do. I know a lot of people don't, but I do. You know, back when I hated myself, probably not then, because I didn't want to, ew, I would pick at all my flaws. Ew, I'm so fat, I'm so ugly, look at my pimples, look at, my hair, I don't care about that stuff anymore. So yeah, I'll watch my own videos. I want to see my work. I want to see how everything turned out. I want to see how it's cut together. You know, being a filmmaker, I enjoy seeing, and seeing like, what did the editor pick? Oh, the editor picked this shot. That's interesting. I wonder why he chose that shot from this angle. And I find it fascinating now. So if you guys had asked me a question while I was teaching or while I was reading and I didn't answer it, now's the time to put it back in, because I'm not going to go all the way back and scroll through everything. So the You Are Worthy book is coming out August 17th, the Kindle version, and I'll let you guys know as it gets closer, and I will remind you. And it is in Delhi. Good. So yeah, if you guys have any struggles like that, you just ask me any questions on how I got over it. The main way I got over it is by figuring out what God had to say about me. You know, if you're ever feeling bad about yourself, you really need to like go to the computer and type in, who am I in God? And then you're going to see all the scriptures of what God thinks about you and how he feels about you. And the cool thing is,
where's the computer, Mom?
It's Sunday.
No, I need to fix something.
Well, you're going to have to find it on your own. I'm not giving it to you.
I need to fix something.
Timmy, can you go ask Dad for help? Because I'm on a live stream right now. Okay, close the door. Nicola wants to know if Shantae is my bestie. So I've had a few best friends over the years. But I have a new bond forming with Shantae because we, you know, I've been helping encourage her to write her book, her and Giovanna. So we're being like accountability partners right now. But, you know, I've been calling Shantae my success bestie, which is a concept we're working on and going to develop, and probably going to co-author a book on the topic, as well as maybe do some speaking engagements. Oh, and guys, I am going to be at a film festival tonight. So my team there wants me to go live. So I may be going live from the red carpet, I don't know, on my Instagram channel. So if you guys don't follow me on Instagram, it's under my name if you want to see some of that action. I don't know how it's going to go down. I don't know if it's going to be boring, but I guess you can always pop in and out and see what is taking place. So we're going to this film festival. We're going to this award ceremony. We're going to go to an after party. I'm not going to get to bed at a decent hour, but that's the way it is sometimes. Lucas asks, what is passionate mean, Catherine? Well, I don't have my dictionary handy, but I think to be passionate about something without having the proper definition in front of me, it's like, what consumes you? What do you think about? What would you forego other things to do? You know, for me, writing poetry, speaking, like I'm passionate about the topic of worthiness, for example. I think about it, I develop material on it, curriculum around it, I come up with examples. It's like something that's on your mind a lot. So what are you passionate about? What is on your mind a lot? What do you think about? What do you make plans for the future for? What are you passionate about making a difference in others on certain things? Zebo, yes, I believe you will see me on the red carpet. Do you know Dhar and Sniperwolf filmed a video lately? They did, because I saw her on set and it was so cute. I have a picture of her. I haven't posted it yet. I should post the picture of her and I. They did do another collab recently. I was at the studio and I was like, normally I don't ask like influencers for their picture, but you know, she had done a couple commentary videos on my stuff, and I was supposed to be in 2 different videos with her. Well, I was in a video with her, but there was 2 different times I was supposed to meet her and it never happened, and so I kind of felt like there was a little bit of a connection and it wouldn't be too weird. So I did say, hey, can I get a picture with you? And she was like, can you get a picture with me? Can I get a picture with you, Miss Famous Mean Mom on Dhar Mann? So she, you know, she made it very comfortable. She made it seem like she wanted the picture of me more than I wanted the picture with her. Yes?
Mommy,
No, Timmy, now is not the time.
please.
Okay, go ask Dad for help.
Dad,
Timmy,
Dad,
then you just
Dad.
need to keep looking.
Dad doesn't know what the computer.
Well, then you need to just keep looking. I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to tell you. Is Colin your favorite person to work with on Dhar Mann? You know, I don't have a favorite, to be honest with you. There's so many amazing people that work there. What is your favorite Dhar Mann that you are not on? You know, I was thinking about doing I've been thinking a lot about doing a video. You guys know how, was it last year or the year before, I did a video called My 8 Favorite Dhar Mann Films I'm In? I was thinking about doing a video on all my favorite Dhar Mann videos that I'm not in. Would you guys want to watch that? Is that worth me spending the time going through 500 videos to pick out like my top 8 or 10? Is that worth it? Would you watch that? Do you care even what my favorite videos are? Okay, I got a couple yeses. All right. Okay, let's see. Timothy, you need to stop knocking on my door and interrupting me. It's not cool. Hi, CJ. What time are you gonna go live? You know, it depends on the when the red carpet thing is. Yes, Ziggy, yes, I am vegan. Timmy, go look.
I can't.
You know, you're giving up too easy. I'm not gonna tell you where it is. You need to look. If you care and you're passionate, you're not gonna give up this easy. This is a test. This is a test for you. Are you going to pass or are you going to fail?
Fail.
Then that's your choice.
Mommy, I want to take.
It's not in a hard spot. I did not hide it in a hard spot.
Can you give me a hint?
No, no, I will not give you a hint. I believe you can find it.
Okay. I will never give up.
Thank you, Zebo. Shut the door. Okay. Okay. Yes, there are some good ones. Yeah. So yeah, Timmy's 14 years old. So what you guys maybe want to give me, I've got some other ideas for Dhar Mann related content. You guys know I usually put that content up on my channel on Fridays. It's always motivational Mondays. You'll get my motivational advice videos on Mondays. Kind of like a truncated short little version of that on Wednesdays. And then Fridays I normally put up personal things. You guys always say you want to see more vlogs of my family and I. So I'm working on editing one together right now of the trip I took to Mexico with my mom. That's what I'm working on right now. I'm working on another one of the family vacation we took last year to Arizona. It's just so much footage and pictures to go through. It takes a long time. I'm also working on one of a trip I took with Rob and the boys to Lake Tahoe. And then you guys, do you like the new series I put up called 3 Questions with Kat? Have you guys been enjoying that? So every other Friday, I'm trying to put up another episode of 3 Questions with Kat. Most of the people I interviewed are from Dhar Mann, asking them, 3 questions to help you guys succeed in life. Let me know if you want me to keep doing that. I think those are fun because it's really great to ask different people the same set of questions and find out what their answers are. It's very helpful. Ziggy wants to know how old Grace Marie is. I don't know, but if I were to guess, I would say 14 or 15. Nicola, can you sing? No, I mean, not like a professional singer, not even like a Broadway or a singer of plays, but I mean, I sing in church. I sing to worship God sometimes. Let's see. Yes, I would enjoy it. I like to see all the answers. Okay, so you guys are enjoying that series. What else did you want to know? Oh, I have to tell you guys a funny story. So last week I was in Texas shooting a Christmas movie. Dean Cain's going to be in it. For those of you over 35, you'll know who that is. He played Superman in the TV series Lois and Clark. So, I'm at the airport trying to come home. They tell me my flight is delayed, so I was hungry. I was like, normally I do not buy food at the airport because it's so expensive. They have you tracked, so they mark all the prices up. And I was like, my flight's delayed, and these rice cakes I have in my bag just aren't going to cut it. So I go to it's an Asian restaurant. Always my favorite. Asian food's always my favorite. And I go, and the waiter's really nice, and I'm asking him about his family and this and that, whatever. When I come in, the person who seats me recognizes me, from Dhar Mann, so do a couple, the waiters, whatever. I'm kind of getting used to that by now. So I'm looking at the menu, and I was like, oh, there's nothing vegan on the menu. Well, maybe I'll just have this salad, and I'll just tell him to hold the chicken, whatever. And so I was telling the guy, like, well, what about this? And maybe the miso soup? Because miso is just supposed to be like a soybean tofu kind of soup. But he said, oh, it's fish-based. I was like, oh, well, I don't want fish broth. So I said to the guy, I guess there's nothing on the menu for me. And so he decided to make a special. He's like, well, we could do this particular dish. And I'm looking at the dish. He goes, but we can take the scallops out and this out, and we can put it in a vegan sauce, whatever. So it's basically stir-fried veggies and rice. And I said to him, I said, well, it's really nice of you, but I was like, $35 for some vegetables? I said, that's kind of a ripoff. I said, I don't want to pay that. So the moral of the story is not that I'm a cheapskate, but you know, they were trying to charge me for the seafood dish and I wasn't getting the seafood. You understand my point. So he's like, okay, yeah, I'll make sure we can try to get that down to around $18. I said, okay, that's fair. Even though you can get the same thing at Panda Express for like $6. But I digress. So I was like, yeah, that's fine. And it was good. It was delicious. It was a big portion. He puts a check on the table. I'm like packing up my stuff, getting ready to leave. And these two girls, these twins, see me and they start freaking out. Oh my God, you're from Dhar Mann. And they just start like, just going off. And then their parents are like, who is this? Who is this woman? My daughter never talks to anyone. She's shy. So who are you? And I'm trying to explain to the parents what the Dhar Mann thing is. I'm like, you can show your parents. Just show them some episodes later, whatever. So like, I don't know, they're like talking to me and then they want to take pictures with me. And then, so that all goes down and I grab my stuff and I go and I'm like walking through the airport and I hear people like, they're looking at me, they're pointing, they're whispering, they're like, I hear, she's from Dhar Mann, whatever. And then I'm like, I've already walked like 2 or 3 minutes and then I go, I forgot to pay my bill. I walked out of the restaurant forgetting to pay my bill. And because I just was so like caught off guard by these girls and I was like, oh my gosh, but my plane's gonna leave, but I haven't paid my bill. So I'm like, turn around, I'm going as fast as I can with my backpack and my computer and my purse and my suitcase. And I get back there and the table's already cleared and I'm like, oh my gosh, all these people know who I am and now I'm the Dhar Mann actress who steals and walks away and not pays her bill. And I get back and I flag the waiter on. I'm like, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to walk out. I lost all train. Got distracted by the people wanting to do, and I forgot to pay him. And he was like, it's okay. I wasn't gonna come after you anyway. I was like, thank you, but I want you to know that's not me. And he went to get the bill, and then suddenly, excuse me, ma'am, 2 big guys dressed in black. Excuse me, ma'am. And I got all like, oh my God, the security guards, they're coming to arrest me. They're coming to arrest me for not paying my bill. And I'm turning red just like I am now. Reliving this. I was like, I got distracted and I forgot and I left, but I came back. I'm here. I told the waiter to go, I'm here to pay my, and they're like trying to, I don't even know what they're saying because I'm trying to explain how I'm not a thief. And I'm not guilty. And they like, apparently they were just fans and they wanted to buy me a drink. And I thought they were the security guards coming to arrest me for not paying my bill. Yeah, so that happened this week. They kept trying to, no, can we buy you a drink? I was like, my flight's, it's already boarding. You have time. You don't have to walk all the way. Because where I was, it was like 20 gates away. And they're like, you can take the Skylink. And I'm thinking, no, then I won't get my cardio in. And I don't drink anyway. So I'm not going to sit here with these 2 guys and let them buy me a drink. So I politely turned them down. But then, of course, they both wanted pictures with me. But they were like big, and they had like the name of the restaurant. And they must have worked there. I don't know. But I thought I was in big trouble. Okay, yeah. So there you have it. Derek wants to know how I survive in heels at film festivals. I wear very, very low, like only an inch heel. I won't wear like 2, 3, 4-inch heels. That's for sure. And even then, your feet hurt because you're standing in line. You're standing everywhere. Nicholas says, "What do you think of Jo Osmond, the teacher made fun of with dwarfism?" I love her. She's great. I follow her on Instagram. You guys need to follow her. She's great. I want to put her in some stuff. I want to have her act in some stuff. She's great. Thank you. Is it PUBG, Mon? Ali Vlog? Is Dhar Mann your Cosney? I don't even know that word. I'm sorry. I don't know what you're asking me. Ask me the question with a different word there. Does Jo Osmond have a YouTube channel? I don't know. You guys type in her name and let me know. I would love to know. Finlay says hi. Harley, can you do a video reacting to your favorite videos you did with Colin? That is an interesting idea. I should write that down. There's a pen. All right. That's a great idea. React. I had never done a reaction channel, a reaction video before, but I did one for the first time 2 weeks ago because my son Timmy was in a Dhar Mann video, and of course, we have to watch that and see it. But do you guys like that stuff? Honestly, here's what I felt. I felt like it wasn't being very creative if all I do is watch somebody else's work and react to it. I felt like that's not even, like, you're not even trying. But, sometimes my husband thinks I do everything the hard way. I'm not trying to do everything the hard way. I just don't want to, piggyback off someone else's work and success. But I guess what you're suggesting is videos I'm in with Colin, so I guess that's my work too. So maybe I should. Okay, I'll write that down. React with Colin to vids we're in. Favorite vids we're in. Okay. Okay, we could do that. I will ask him if he's open to that. I had another idea or two for a reaction vid if you guys like that kind of thing. If you don't think I feel like I'm a sellout if I just do reaction stuff. But you know what? Sometimes people, I've noticed the people who are really good at reacting, sometimes they're just as entertaining, if not more entertaining than the actual video they're reacting to. Hey, Damia. Good to see you. Damia wants to know what my favorite food is. It's either going to be Chinese food or Thai food. With maybe Japanese would be my third backup. Yeah. I'm not a fan of American food. As far as the standard hamburgers, hot dogs, apple pie, that kind of, I'm not. Oh, French fries. I am a fan of French fries. Other than that, no, not so much. Okay, Catherine, is it possible to do a live session with Ricki? She might be open to that. I'm going to write that down. Ricki. Live Q&A. Yeah. Okay. You should react to the vid where Shantae was trying to kick you off the plane. That is one of my favorite videos, I have to tell you. That is one of my, well, you saw, that's in my top 8 favorite videos I've ever done for Dhar Mann. Yeah, Zebo, so if you check my channel here, I already have my 8 favorite Dhar Mann videos that I'm in, so you can watch that here. Jerome wants to know, were your older videos recorded on VHS tapes? I do have some old videos, I think, that were recorded on that. I don't have them in the computer. I don't think I have a way to show them. Have you guys liked, I've put up maybe 4 or 5 of my old videos of my old acting work from 10 or 15 years ago. Did you guys enjoy those old videos? One of the problems is, although I've done, I have at least 50 more of them, the directors don't always give you footage. So a lot of things I've been in, there's 100 things that I've been in, maybe 125 things I've been in that I don't even have footage of. And there's certain ones where maybe I have footage of it, but I don't have the contact way to get in touch with the director anymore to ask permission. When you're just an actor in something, you don't have permission per se to put their work on your page, right? Okay. Let's see. Okay, your mom fell. See if she's okay. Do you need to help her? Go get an ice pack, call an adult. Do you need to call an ambulance? How bad is the fall? Please go get off this right now and go help your mom. Lucas asks, can you interview Carlise? I don't know who that is. Can you guys tell me who that is? Favorite movie right now is probably Greatest Showman. I'm shooting again for Dhar Mann next week. Is it Cena? And would you want to play a Karen character? Well, I've played a lot of those, Nicola. As a matter of fact, 3 weeks ago I shot a film called Born to Hustle, and that one of the stars in that, besides Leanna Mendoza, is the main football guy in Blindside. So if you haven't seen Blindside, it's an Oscar award-winning film starring Sandra Bullock. Well, the main football guy was in the movie I was just in where I played a Karen. That was about 3 weeks ago. Anyway, that is our time today. I hope you guys found that topic of hate helpful, just to see where I came from, but more importantly, the teaching before that about how your path is going to be different and you don't have to do the things that other people have to do to reach your dreams in life. And I don't think I'm going to come live next week because I'm going to be at a conference in Texas, and usually they start at 9 a.m., which is 7 a.m. my time, so it won't work with when I usually have these scheduled. So if I did not answer your question, please come back in a couple weeks, since I won't be on next week, and ask me. And take care, guys. You guys are awesome. I love your questions and just your willingness to participate and be here, and I hope you have a fabulous week. Bye.